Hello, my name is Eric Plorice, and I'm the head coach for the Grand Forks Central girls track and field team. And I'd like to use this time to talk through with you a couple of things you need to know for the 2021 season. All right, first of all, what do I need for practice on Monday, March 1st? There's not a lot you need. A couple things you do need, though. You do need a white card from the office. And basically, a white card is just as it sounds, it's a white piece of paper that tells me a few things about you. But the most important thing it tells me, besides your name, is that you have a sports physical. And you have to have a current sports physical in order to practice. So make sure you get that white card prior to showing up for our first practice on March 1st. You're also going to need workout clothes. Um, Most people will be indoors the first day, so having workout clothes for indoor practice, such as shorts, t-shirt, or some other top, running shoes, pretty basic. But there will be some groups going outside, such as our distance runners. And actually, everybody this year may need to prepare a little bit better for outdoor weather, mainly since we are in a COVID year. Spacing is going to be an issue, and so we may take groups outside, especially if the temperature is over 40 degrees. 40 degrees tends to be our cutoff for sprinters, jumpers, and hurdlers getting outside. So you know, get that North Dakota tough attitude and have gloves, a hat, a windbreaker, whatever you think you might need for drills outside. We're going to do them if we can. Masks also. Masks will be worn when moving about the school and the gym areas, just as we do during the school day. Remember, athletics are still a part of our school, and so we will follow the protocols we follow for class, just like we do every day at practice. Of course, if you're doing strenuous activity, if you're jumping or running or hurdling, masks can be removed at that point. But anytime we're transitioning from one area to the other or just standing around, we will be wearing masks. So, COVID-19 information. This is very important this year. And I think the first bullet point there, take care of your health to take care of the health of the team. And notice the two words in maroon, your and team. This is your team. This is not the coach's team. It's not your parents' team. This is a team for you athletes. And taking care of your health is going to also benefit the health of the team. And I think some of us have seen that this year. If a team gets quarantined, it does affect everybody. So we need to do the right thing this year. If you're sick, stay home. All right. I know we try to tough it out sometimes, and we want to please our coaches and our teammates, but if you're sick, stay home. Washing your hands, using hand sanitizer, using masks in public places, and social distancing. All of these things are crucial to maintain the health of the team. And so please be on your best effort to do that. We're getting, hopefully this is going to start to lessen the further we get into this and with vaccines and everything. You should have your own training materials and you should clean those. Some of them daily, such as practice clothes. Please, maybe go through your practice clothes and find as many as you can so that you do have a fresh set every day. Shoes, I wouldn't advise washing your shoes, but having a set of indoor shoes and maybe even a kind of a older set of outdoor shoes in case you are doing some outdoor activity, but maybe also using a treadmill or an elliptical. Towels, if you use a towel, for instance, maybe in the pole vault to wipe down your pole, make sure it's your own towel, and of course a water bottle. Okay, you should have a water bottle, and you should have your own water bottle. Another thing to do this year, very important, is ensure that your attendance is taken every day. Okay, we often aren't going to meet as a big group, and so check in with your event coach, especially if you're late. Maybe you have to make up a test and you get to practice a little bit late. Make sure your event coach knows you're here, or if you have to leave early, maybe you have to leave early for another activity or another appointment, or if you're absent. And particularly if you are absent, please let me know. I'm in the building every day. I teach in room 305. I hold the master list of attendance, and to make sure that you have the minimum required practices for a meet and keeping track of COVID things, I do need to have that attendance. So please be up on your game on the attendance policy this year. That will make things go really, really smooth. So, what will the 2021 season look like? Unfortunately, no indoor meets this year as of now. Indoor facilities, the majority of the ones that we compete at are owned by universities like UND or NDSU, Concordia. And just like us, they lost their season last spring. And so they're taking care of themselves, trying to get their athletes ready, hoping that they can have meets and competitions. And so we need to understand that they're not trying to not give us opportunities, but they're trying to take care of their own kids. So it'd be like us bringing a bunch of elementary kids in for a track meet, and then our team goes down with COVID. So um, indoor, I guess I've always loved indoor, not only as a coach, but as an athlete. I really did like indoor. So it is unfortunate this year. But the good news is outdoor meets are on as scheduled. Those will be regulated locally. So if we're in Fargo, we'll follow Fargo protocol. If we're in Grand Forks, we'll follow Grand Forks protocol. And the majority of our meets are in those two towns. And every track coach that I've talked to and in those two towns really wants the season to happen. And so everything's going to be done to make this work. Our North Dakota State meet is currently on as normal. I know the folks out in Bismarck are very passionate about track, and so they are going to do their very best to put on the best sporting event in the state, the North Dakota State track meet. It's the highlight of my year to go to that. I'm really looking forward to it. It'll have been 2 years since we've been able to go to that. I'm already getting goosebumps thinking about it. Our training this year will be done in training group pods. Not unlike what we've done in the past, where we've had distance, sprints, jumps, throws, pole vault, hurdlers. All those groups tend to practice in certain areas. This year, though, one difference will be that we'll often start practice in those pods, and so you may not see teammates from those other pods typically during a practice. There will be some overlap. Some of you multi-talented kids that maybe hurdle and jump and sprint. Obviously, there will be some overlap there, but we're trying to keep groups small. So if there is a issue of having to quarantine, maybe it won't affect as many people. Okay, we will rotate. So um, we'll have some rotation with some areas, such as in the pole vault, with advanced vaulters vaulting at one period and maybe new kids at another time, or hurdlers, perhaps the girls hurdling, the guys hurdling in different time frames. So all of that will be given to you in training calendars, and those will be posted on Classroom at the start of each week. So on Sunday, you should be able to see that training calendar Monday at the latest, but it'll be up by practice time Monday. And of course, more information to come on those things, more meet specific stuff the closer we get to having a meet. But right now, our first meet is like the second week of April, so we do have some time to worry about that later. So, what do you need for the first day? Monday, March 1st, rather than having one big meeting like we have done in the past, try something a little different this year. I would like you to come to my classroom, room 305, anytime between when school gets out at 3 and 3:45. Okay, so only one cohort will be here that day. So for those kids, it may look a little different than kids that are coming from home, but I would like every athlete on the girls' team to come up to my room during that 45-minute time frame. You can come up individually. You can come up in a small group. What I don't want is 40 people coming into my room at one time. At that time, I just want to have a quick visit with you. If you're new, I'd like to learn who you are. If you're returning, make sure that I have all your grade level and everything right. But I will give you information on your training group where we'll place you. Okay, that might change. So just because you're placed with a jumping group, for instance, doesn't mean that that's the only people you're going to see ever. Okay, so some of you new kids, we put you in a group just to get a feel for where you're at. I'll also mention to you who your event coach is, and your location for warm up. Okay. Hopefully, then you can get to that location by 3:45 or earlier. And then at 3:45, you'll be able to start warm up with your group. Upperclassmen on the first day will lead the groups through the warm ups. We have kind of a general outline of a warm up for track that we've been following for years. That doesn't mean that certain groups can't add things. So, hurdlers, if you have a specific stretch that you think is really beneficial or your coach tells you it is, feel free to add those things in and tweak as you see fit. Once everybody has got to their spots, I'll come around and check on the groups, and I'm going to give the event coaches a roster at that point. So that's the importance of you coming to room 305 so I can get your name down, your age, or grade level, and coaches can have those so they know who they're working with. Okay. All in all, this year, be patient. We will navigate this together. Things are going to look a little bit different. But if you're here on Monday, March 1st, I think we all share a common feeling. We're glad that we're back. We're glad that we're having a track season this year. We really had a kind of a abrupt end to our season last year, and it was kind of surreal. So I'm looking forward to this year. I know you are too. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.